Hello friends, welcome to my channel ELS English Literature Studies with Kaur Harpreet. Today I will discuss about great odes and their writers, and I will also discuss about what is Pindaric ode and how it's different from Horatian odes. And before starting about today's video, firstly I will discuss what is ode in brief. I've already videos on what is ode and MCQs related with what is ode and what is mock epic. Actually I've started a series on a topic what is a poetry and what are the major forms of poetry, and in which I've discussed about ode, then epic is also discussed, mock epic is also discussed, MCQs are discussed. Link will be provided in the description box, and you can also check my playlist that is major forms of poetry. So let us start with today's video, and before starting I would like to give in brief what is an ode. So let us start. An ode is a poem that is written for an occasion or on a particular subject. It is an elaborately structured poem which praises or glorifies an event or individual. It has its roots in Greek word, right? And the English ode's most common rhyme scheme is AB AB CDE CDE. There are three typical forms of odes: the Pindaric, Horatian, and irregular, and these will be discussed today. And Pindaric odes follow the form and style of Pindar, and whereas Horatian odes follow a regular pattern, right? So let us start with main topic. What is Pindaric ode? The Pindaric odes were written on the model by Pindar, the Greek poet, and this type of odes are more elaborate and sublime. And without any doubt, its stanzas are very artistically interwoven. These were designed to be performed by chorus and also accompanied by dances and instruments. Pindaric ode has three parts known as strophe, antistrophe, and epode. This is already discussed, but for my new friends, I would discuss these three stanzas in brief. The first stanza, known as strophe, was sung by the dancers as they moved from the right to left. Then, on their turn from left to right, is known as antistrophe. And finally, the third stanza, they sung in circle before pulpit, is named as epode, right? And this sequence of stanzas could be repeated a number of times. If we talk about the best examples of such odes, then we have The Bard, and then we have The Progress of Poesy by Thomas Gray. Abraham Collis' Pindaric odes. He introduced a looser version known as Pindarics. Then we have John Dryden's Alexander's Feast, then William Wordsworth's Ode Intimations of Immortality from Recollection of Early Childhood. I will provide you a list in which I will give you the names of the great odes and the writers, right? And next is Horatian ode. When we talk about Horatian ode, each stanza in such ode has same meter, rhyme scheme, and length, right? And these odes are modeled on the odes written by the Greek Roman poet Horace, and the Horatian odes are comparatively calm, meditative, and restrained. They are generally written in a repeated stanza form, and these odes generally have 2 or 4 line stanzas. Next, we have irregular odes. When we talk about irregular odes, these odes use rhyme scheme and meter but do not have the same stanzic structure as the Pindaric or Horatian odes have, and there is no correspondence between the different parts in irregular odes as we perceive or as we see in the other two forms, right? And the rhyme scheme of irregular ode requires lines only to rhyme somewhere and not in a particular place, right? This is about Pindaric, Horatian, and irregular ode. Next is this is the list in which name of the poet is given on one side and title is given on the other side. Firstly, we have John Dryden. John Dryden's ode is Alexander's Feast or the Power of Music. Then we have John Keats, Ode to Nightingale, Ode on a Grecian, Ode to Psyche, Ode to Autumn, Ode on Indolence, Ode to Apollo, and Ode to Fanny. Next, we have S.T. Coleridge, Dejection and Ode. Then we have Tennyson, Ode on the Death of Duke of Wellington, and another ode is to Virgil. John Donne, A Hymn to God the Father. Then Alexander Pope, Ode on Solitude. Then Lord Byron, Ode to Napoleon Bonaparte. Robert Herrick, and Ode to Ben Jonson. When we talk about Ben Jonson, an ode to himself, and then S.T. Coleridge, this is Repetition, Dejection, and Ode, and then Thomas Gray, the Bard. Right. So friends, this is all about my today's video in which I have discussed very important topic. I hope you will like the content, and if you like it, please hit the like button, share and subscribe my channel, and if you're new to my channel, please hit the bell button so that you can get notifications for my upcoming videos. And thanks a lot for watching.